What's up, everybody? Crash here. Welcome back to Crash Against the Spread, where we talk about sports from a betting perspective. It is Tuesday, November 26th, and we have two college football games to talk about, and there's five NBA games in the in-season tournament to talk about, which aren't my favorite, like I've said before. But we'll go over one or two of them that I'm looking at. Yesterday, we had a good day. We had one pick. We had the over. We leaned Ravens, but we just stuck with the over. Because of all the variables, the intangibles, the brother who gives a brother, the things that you can't really quantify on paper. So the over was the good play in my opinion, and we got there. We got there by the end of the game. So over 50.5 cashed. On to today, we got Kent State at Buffalo, and we got Toledo at Akron. Kent State at Buffalo. Kent State is the worst team in the MAC conference. And there should be no reason that Buffalo doesn't roll all over this team. So rather than take the minus 23.5, because what this total is telling us is that they still do expect Kent State to score. And just in case they don't, we don't want the full game over. Just in case they don't score, we're forcing Buffalo to score 50 points by themselves. Just in case they do score and Buffalo doesn't score a lot, we don't want the minus 23.5. So I'm going to do Buffalo team total over. If I look at that now, which just want to make sure I'm getting the exact number I'm talking about. It's 35.5. So 35.5 is also pretty high, but I think that they should score. We can argue that they should be at 28 at halftime. That's the way that they should score against this Kent State team. So it should be all good, but just want to make sure. So the only thing that worries me is they've held Miami of Ohio to 34. They held Bowling Green to 27. But those are two games out of the last 10. Everybody else has scored more than 35 points on them. So as far as the numbers go, we should just trust it. And over team total over 35.5. Toledo at Akron. Toledo is 7-4. Akron is 3-8. They're sort of middle of the road in the MAC conference. If I look at it, Toledo is 5th, Akron is 8th. Toledo should win this game. Toledo has the more motivation trying to see if they can get a final spot, which I don't think they can. It's questionable if Buffalo can get that final spot or not, but it's more motivation to stay up there for Toledo than Akron, but the number is at 7.5, and looking at who they've played, I think there's a chance that Akron can cover this number. They've played relatively the same teams throughout the year. One of the notable games that stands out to me is Toledo lost to Bowling Green 41-26. Akron lost to Bowling Green 20-27. They both played Buffalo. Buffalo held Toledo to 15 points. Akron scored 30 points on Buffalo and lost 30-41. So I think that Akron will score in this game, and I think there's a chance that they can cover that number. So I'd be on Akron. I'm not sure if I'll get there, but that's where I lean in the second college football game. As far as the NBA goes, like I said, it's the in-season tournament. NBA Cup, I think they want to call it this year. So I don't like all the games. I think that these games are kind of iffy. It just depends on motivation and who cares about getting the cup at the end. It's been said that they think younger teams who aren't going to be in the finals or in playoffs care more than veteran teams or not good teams. But that's, this is the second year. That's still not for sure. Lakers won it last year. So Chicago and Washington, I kind of like the over in that game. Neither team plays good defense, and I think that we might be able to sneak over this total by the end of the game if both teams are motivated. Miami, Milwaukee, Giannis is day-to-day on the report. If he plays, I think Milwaukee is to play. If he doesn't play, I think the Heat is to play. Houston, Minnesota. Minnesota on the road, or Minnesota at home, I think is the play, but as far as it's been, they are 6-10 against the spread this year, where Houston is 12-6. So the numbers are pointing to Houston to cover this on the road, but it's a small point spread. So at 3.5, they're basically supposed to win the game. San Antonio and Utah. Utah's 4-12 at home, or 4-12 for the season, 2-5 at home. San Antonio's 9-8, 8-3, or 1-5 on the road. Excuse me, 9-8 season, 1-5 on the road. Utah's 2.5-point underdogs at home. Don't really get to watch a lot of these Jazz San Antonio games, a lot of these West Coast games. In my opinion, the number is pointing to San Antonio, but this is definitely not my favorite game. Probably my least favorite game on the board. And Lakers and Phoenix. I think the Lakers care about this cup more than Phoenix do, so I would lean Lakers in these cup games. Just coming off a 3-game homestand, coming off 2 losses. I think they can catch Phoenix. I think they can catch Phoenix on the road. So I lean Lakers. Don't know if I'll get there. Like I said, I don't really like these NBA Cup days. But I am going to bet the team total over for Buffalo. And not sure about Akron yet. So might get to Akron, might not. But I think I want the over in the Chicago and Washington game. So those are going to be my 2 or 3. Over 244 in the Bulls and Wizards game. Akron plus 7.5, and Buffalo team total over 35.5. So lock those in to save this money. Be back tomorrow.